Understand that when you do a traditional diet, you're typically going to lose weight very quickly, but then you're going to regain it. And I think this is a very big struggle for a lot of midlife women, because when they finally realize that traditional diets don't work and want to lose fat the right way, they really struggle with the fact that it's much slower, right? Because the way that you have been taught with traditional diets is that everything should be happening like within 3 weeks, 4 weeks. Everything should be just like this. You have 20, 30, 40 years of like not doing certain things for your health. And in 3 weeks, all of that should just be shifting around. But that's what you've learned from traditional diets, right? Optavia, they're putting you on 800 calories, 1,000 calories, 1,200 calories, telling you not to exercise. And then HCG, same thing, no exercise, 500 calories, 800 calories. These are literally such steep deficits that they are literally just starving you. Weight Watchers is doing the same thing. They're typically putting people in an 800 to 1,000 calorie deficit with their very low point system. Why are these diets doing this? They're doing it not because they don't know what they're doing. They know exactly what they're doing. They're doing it so you lose weight quickly, so that in your mind, you're like, it works. So when you regain weight, you go back to them because in your mind, you're like, it works and it works fast. But then when you actually learn how to lose fat sustainably, you're like, it's not working because it's not happening fast enough, because you're comparing it to these crash diets that you used to do when you were in very steep deficits, starving your body, and you think that's healthy. And so now you're comparing what you're doing that is healthy. You're like, but it's not working. Yes, it is working. You have just learned that it's supposed to be working like that, like you're starving yourself. That's not normal. That's not how fat loss works. That's not how you actually get healthier. Improving your health means adding habits that maybe haven't been there or been consistent for you for the last 20, 30, 40 years of your life, because how you've been living your life is what has caused you to gain weight over time, along with restrictive dieting. The more that you restrictive diet, the harder fat loss gets, the harder and slower. So the number one thing you have to stop doing is doing these restrictive diets. They're very tempting because they work quickly. But what ends up happening is you lose 20 pounds. You're not just losing 20 pounds of fat. You're losing 20 pounds of some fat and some muscle. And when you gain the 20 pounds back, you are also gaining all fat back. You're not gaining your muscle back. So you're gaining a worse body composition. So making fat loss harder and slower, the more that you go back to these tempting diets that give you instantaneous results that are unsustainable. So realize that the slow way of losing fat, even though it's slow in the beginning, it's the fastest way to get there.